Hello, everybody. Welcome back again. I'm Cedric Bailey, and sitting in the big seat today, running for Ward 3, is David Plesher. Hey, David.
How are you today, Cedric?
I am doing great, and it was good seeing you at the NAACP forum that was taking place at the HFB Wilson Center. And I had promised everyone that I was going to get a chance to sit down and talk with each one of the candidates that are running for, of course, commissioner. And you're going for Ward 3. Is that correct, David?
Exactly. That's southwest side of town.
Now I hear the accent, man. You got to be the East Coast. So where are you from originally? Who is David Plesher?
Okay, well, I am the East Coast man. I was born and raised in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I grew up along the Monongahela River. Very proud of that place. I miss it, but moved away from there. I've lived all around the Midwest, and I finally ended up here in Ardmore, Oklahoma. I moved here 20 years ago. As a matter of fact, next month it'll be 20 years. Moved down here to take a job with East Jordan Iron Works, which is now called EJ, and it's an infrastructure company. We make manhole covers, grates, airport hatches, access castings for the infrastructure business. And I am the distribution center manager out there for at least another 30 to 40 days. I'm going to be retiring at the end of April.
That's good news, man. I'm jealous, man. You get to retire. At least you have a vision and a plan, David.
I've been looking forward to that retirement for a year and a half now. So it's been planning and it's been in the works. And since we've been here, well, wherever I've lived, I've always tried to get involved in the community. When I was in my last town, I was part of their leadership group. That was back in Warsaw, Indiana, and we moved down here from Warsaw. And when I got here, became involved with the chamber, went through leadership Ardmore, served 2 terms on the Chamber of Commerce board, served 3 terms on the Ardmore Tourism Authority, because we own Main Street Coffee, and we've been in business now for 17 years, and we've been promoting downtown for 17 years now. So that kind of led me into the Ardmore Tourism Authority. So I spent 3 years on that board, 1 year as the chairman, and also because of the renovation we did on the building downtown, I got involved with the Historic Preservation Board. So I spent 3 years on the city's Historic Preservation Board, and one of those years was as chairman of that board. So I have quite a bit of experience working with the people in the downtown area, working with the city. I have other things that I'm involved in. I'm also on the election board here for Carter County, but may not be on that for much longer if I win this race. So.
All right. Well, that's interesting. Well, see, we wanted to find out who David is because people need to know. Now, Election Day is going to be on Tuesday, April the 6th, and then early voting is on Thursday, Friday, April 1st. Is that correct?
That's correct. That's correct. So I encourage everybody to get out and vote. That's our key right in this country, and everyone needs to get out and have their say.
I got you. Now, you said you own Main Street Coffee. Now, I grew up as a kid. I used to ride my bike up and down Main Street. I remember seeing the building. Well, I used to go to J.C. Yates, which was across the street. We had the Parks Theater. We had the Tivoli. And Strasmick Jewelers, I think, was right in where your area is. And what was the building, what was the store before you took it over?
We bought the building. It was the Jean Lee
dress
shop.
That was a clothing dress shop, yes.
Yes. And we went in and we completely gutted it to wall and built a coffee shop inside. And we bought the building pretty close to Thanksgiving of 2003, and we were open in February of 2004. It took us 80 days to do the build out.
Well, it looks great. I ride through there. I see a lot of my friends that go through there. And one thing about being in the coffee shop, David, there are a lot of conversations. So since you're running for Ward 3,
There are.
what are some of the things that the people are saying to you and say, David, we need you to do what for Ardmore?
Well, probably the main issues that I hear about, support for the police, number one, security of the citizens, that's just number one for the citizens of a town, and the number one responsibility of municipal government is the safety of the citizens. And then the next things that I hear the most about are the infrastructure in the town, the drinking water, the storm drainage, and the homeless situation. Those are probably the top issues that I hear about. And so, as far as the infrastructure, I plan to work with the Public Works Department as much as I can to find out what the issues are there. Are they getting the funding they need to take care of it? The water quality is probably one of the big issues that I've been hearing lately, and my wife poured a bathtub of water the other day, and the water was gray and kind of smelled swampy.
Wow. After Suma getting, I understand. I see it. You know what I mean?
That's something that we shouldn't have, and we need to work on that. And if it's going to take funding to do that, we have a brand new water treatment facility. We need to look at that.
I got you. And so if elected, you'll be able to sit down and talk with the city manager. I believe J.D. Spahn has stepped down. So
He has.
And Mr. Boatwright and them. I don't know who the active city manager is now, but what are they doing at City of Ardmore?
At this point, I believe that they are trying to address it the best they can. And like I said, I don't know if it's a matter of funding, but that's something I plan to dig into. And that was nice of JD. JD and I we were classmates in the leadership class back in 2004. And I'm thinking about coming in, and he jumped the gun and
Yeah, I know.
jumped out.
Yeah, I know. But David, you said another thing which I'm concerned about, and that's dealing with the homeless situation.
Yeah.
Because when you go by the old original First National Bank, well, they're a block away. There's the one on the corner of Washington and Main, and then you go over to A Street Northwest, and you see that they're even now they're still lined up out there, and I've seen people sleeping there. So I mean, what is the answer? I mean, some people have been staying down at Central Park too as well.
Yeah, the homeless issue is growing. It's due to the economy. It's also here in Ardmore due to the fact that we have services for the homeless, and they are coming in from outside because we have the services here. That's not the cause. The economy is pretty much the cause driving behind it, and until we get the economies opened up again and get people back to work, and I think this problem is going to continue. How we deal with it from a city standpoint, I believe we just have to work with our nonprofits that are working with it and see what we can do to help, see what we can do to lessen it, and go from there.
I got you. Well, we know that some people have stepped up in a great way because when it was really cold, we looked up and we saw people who had paid for hotel rooms and provided food and housing. And half of this is dealing with mental health awareness, David.
Yes, it is. And, mental health has always been an issue, and it's a very touchy issue because those people have rights. So you can't just lock them up. But that is a far bigger situation than a municipality can take care of. That has to be taken care of at a state level. All we can do at a municipal level, I believe, is work with the state to try and find solutions to this.
Gotcha. Well, David, I just asked for about 10 minutes and we're up on that time. And I want you to share your closing comments. And if anybody wants to reach out to you, how can they do that or so. But just you get the closing comments, David.
Okay, well, right now I have a Facebook page out there, David Plesher for City Commissioner. Look it up and you can reach me on there. Closing art comments, I'd love to have your vote. You know, I like working for my community and I think I can do a good job at it. I have the experience and I just like your vote.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for stopping by here at the 7 on West Broadway here. And I hope you like our setup here in Ardmore.
Very nice, very nice.
And I'm looking forward to doing some great things in this community. There are a lot of great things that we can be doing in this city. And I just hope all goes well for you and make sure that people go out and vote. And one thing I want to say is you don't have to tell people who you're going to vote for. Just do it. Go vote. And then when it's all said and done, let's move forward. Don't get caught up in all this riffraff that our country is going through, David.
I agree 100%.
All right.
You know, we can all get along and we can all move forward.
All right. And a special shout out goes out to my good friend, Kelly Hughes Sigler. Appreciate you, classmate, friend for life. We've been talking with David Plesher, who's running for, of course, Ward 3 for Commissioner for Ardmore, Oklahoma. Until the next time, thank you for watching.